Supreme Court has asked the centre to sort out the ongoing Cauvery water war between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. The apex court directed the centre to form the Cauvery Management Board by the 4th of October. In fact, it has asked Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry to nominate the representatives by tomorrow. The Supreme Court today directed the Karnataka government to release 6,000 cusecs of Cauvery water from the 1st till the 6th of October. Now this matter will be heard on the 6th. Attorney General representing the centre told the apex court that Karnataka wants an expert body to be set up which will look at and examine the ground realities. Meanwhile, senior counsel Fali Nariman, who appeared for Karnataka, refused to argue for the state in view of the repeated contempt by the state of the court's order. The court in fact had expressed anguish over the fact that Karnataka has repeatedly flouted orders of the Supreme Court to give water to Tamil Nadu, and for that all party meetings and an assembly resolution had also been passed. Now the centre has been told to settle dispute between the two states. Protracted protests have been seen on either side. Tamil Nadu says that the water that it has been granted by the Supreme Court is needed for the samba crop. Karnataka has made it very clear that they do not even have enough water in their reservoirs to provide for the drinking needs of people of the state, which is why there is no excess water to release to Tamil Nadu. And on humanitarian ground, they had asked for a concession to be made to the state and for them to not be compelled to release water to their neighbouring state. There is still suspense over the health of Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. It's been a week since she was admitted to the Apollo Hospital in Chennai after running high temperature and suffering from dehydration. Ever since then, rumours are rife that her condition has worsened. The AIADMK and the Apollo Hospital have, however, denied all of these rumours and said that she is responding well to the treatment given so far. Meanwhile, the DMK chief Karnataka has urged the state government to put these rumours to rest. He pointed out that the government should inform the people about the CM's actual condition. Hundreds of party cadre have been gathering around the hospital every day to make sure that they are there to greet her when she eventually exits the hospital. Akshana joining us live from Chennai now. Akshaya, what exactly has the hospital said about the line of treatment and the actual ailment of Jayalalitha?
Well, Padmaja, the last update from the hospital came last night, where the hospital released a statement saying that the Chief Minister is reacting to the medicine or responding to the medicines and is asked to take a few days rest. They haven't really told what is the medical condition that's she going through, but the only statement that they've given is that she had fever and dehydration, but she has recovered from a fever. And as per, if you see the kind of location the Greens Road is, where the Apollo Hospital is located, it's a very, it's the heart of the city. And hundreds of people are gathering there, and officials have been beefed up. There are more number of police officials now there than what was seen a day or two earlier. And also it is seen that there's high level of security going on in and around the area, and it's expected that the Chief Minister will be returning home soon, according to the press release that was given. And the AIADMK cadres who are sitting there have been telling us that the cadres have been briefed by the Apollo Hospital, and they're saying that she's back into form, she's taking a regular diet, but she needs a little more rest, which she would get better off in the hospital than at her own residence, Padmaja.
In fact, what about her confidence within the party and the party cadre? What is the message that has been sent out to them about when she will be resuming her chief ministerial duties?
Well, Padmaja, it is seen that right from the time that she's inside the hospital, all the official work have been going on. 107 Amma canteens were launched a day after she was admitted, and also she had sent out a letter which was read during the Delhi meet yesterday for the Cauvery issue. And today again, when we were talking to the party workers about the spokesperson also about who will be representing Tamil Nadu in the executive meeting that the Supreme Court Court has ordered. The spokesperson has told us very clearly that it will be decided by the Chief Minister herself. So the party cadre still believes that Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha is working in full swing and that she's giving all the instructions that are being carried out by her other party workers here. But it is also seen that most of the party higher officials are not being let in to meet the CM is something that we are also being told by some of our sources. But it needs to be wait and seen as to when she's been returning home, and all the expectations are that Amma will return home healthy, Padmaja.
All right, and we also wish her good health. For now, Akshaya, thank you very much for joining us from Chennai. Moving to Coimbatore, there was tension there after the brutal murder of a Hindu Munani functionary almost a week after his death. Shashi Kumar's wife Yamuna has attempted suicide. The 30-year-old was allegedly severely depressed and attempted to kill herself by consuming some chemical fertilizer. Shashi Kumar was hacked to death around 11 at night on the 21st of this month by a group of 4 men when he was on his way home. The tension remained high following this crime, with widespread unrest and protests across Coimbatore. The Hindu Munani also called for a statewide bandh, with people going as far as setting a police vehicle on fire. Large groups had gathered to express their outrage at the murder. The double murder of a woman and her daughter-in-law has been solved in a matter of 48 hours in Bangalore. Santoshi Bai and her daughter-in-law Lata were gruesomely murdered on the 26th of this month by 3 men. The needle of suspicion was pointing towards Manish, Mahendra Singh and Devendra, who had pawned gold jewellery with Lata's husband Dinesh. According to the Bengaluru police, the victim's family was involved in pawnbroking and they knew the accused, who were also brokers. The Bengaluru police commissioner has said that the murder was committed by Manish, who was running into losses and had to pay one of his customers in cash for the gold that he had pawned. News now from Kerala, the state that is seeing a fierce man-animal conflict, or to be more specific, a man-dog conflict. A number of cases have come to the fore of dogs attacking and mauling elderly and children alike. But how are the humans reacting in the most brutal and inhuman fashion? We tell you how in this story.
These images caused huge social outrage earlier this week. Congress M Youth Wing members killed stray dogs and rallied around Kottayam carrying their carcasses. The shocking incident was repeated yet again, this time in Kaladi Panchayat in Ernakulam. At least 24 stray dogs butchered and their carcasses buried. No complaints, no police case, only justification for the inhuman act.
ഞങ്ങൾ 17 മെമ്പർമാർ ഒറ്റക്കെട്ടായിട്ട് എടുത്തുള്ള ഒരു തീരുമാനമാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു നടപടി നമ്മൾ എടുക്കണം. ഇത്തരം അക്രമം കാണിക്കുന്ന നായ്ക്കളെ നശിപ്പിക്കണം എന്നൊരു തീരുമാനം ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ചെടുത്ത തീരുമാനമാണ്.
സുപ്രീം കോടതിയുടെ ഒരു ഗൈഡ് ലൈൻ ഉണ്ട്. അക്രമകാരികളായ നായ്ക്കളെ പിടിച്ച് ഉന്മൂലനം ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു ഗൈഡ് ലൈൻ ഉണ്ട്. ആ ഗൈഡ് ലൈനിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിലാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന് പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾക്ക് നേതൃത്വം കൊടുക്കുന്നത്.
Some Kerala Congress M Youth Wing members were arrested, but they were soon out on bail. The fatal attack by dogs and the action taken against them has divided the state. But mass killings of mute animals could be best defined as barbaric.
A dog is a man's best friend, they say. But the injuries inflicted by stray dogs in Kerala on people, including children, are worse than an enemy's. Now the state is stuck in between the two. Stray dogs and animal rights activists on one side and angry and protesting locals on the other side. The responsibility continues to lie with the government to strike a balance, to ensure that lives are not lost on both the sides. With camera person Sanal, Revati Rajvan for India Today.
Okay, joining us now on Up South is my colleague Revati, but also Ambika Shukla, who's a trustee with People for Animals. In fact, Ambika Shukla, earlier when there was that disgusting protest by some so-called Congress members in Kerala, their anger was directed at Menka Gandhi for stopping the culling of dogs. What's the way out of this conflict between dogs and humans in Kerala? Because it's a valid complaint of stray dogs attacking human beings.
Firstly, dogs are naturally friendly animals. If ever there has been an incident, we have never known what the reason was. Nobody has ever probed why there was an attack, what happened, what led to it, what led to the circumstances. Dogs have not been called man's best friend for nothing. By nature, by instinct, dogs are friendly. It takes something very severe to provoke a dog to harm a human. So wherever the dogs there have been incidents, it is not the dogs we need to examine, it's actually the human behavior. One. Secondly, culling is not a solution, and it has never been. The reason why culling was stopped was because for 50 years we had tried culling with absolutely no results. It was when it was proven in court that culling after 50 years had led to an increase in stray dog population that the court halted culling, and was for very logical reasons. It was substituted by a WHO program called ABC, which is the Animal Birth Control Program, which recommends sterilization and vaccination of dogs. But this has to be done in a systematic manner, because in every area, dogs, where they exist, they need to be sterilized and they need to be vaccinated, and they need to be left in their original places. If you move those dogs or remove those dogs, other dogs move in. Now,
agreed, and they get more aggressive. But Ambika Shukla, my bigger question to you is, why isn't an effort being made to try and involve the municipal corporations and the state government in ensuring that an effective process is put in place? Because it might be happening today in Kerala, but this is also a very huge problem, incidentally, in Kashmir.
Sorry, I missed the question. Can you
My question was, why isn't there an effort to try and involve municipalities and state governments to ensure that this program is put into place efficiently?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Correct. It is through the municipalities that the ABC program is sought to be implemented. Every municipality has chosen or entered into an MOU with local NGOs to conduct this animal birth control program.
So why hasn't it
wherein
worked
the municipality
in Kerala?
picks up the dogs, hands them over to local NGOs. Because the government has never done it seriously, unfortunately. Every time there has been one single incident, it has been followed by a mass culling of dogs, which completely defeats the purpose, because the dogs that are culled are the friendly, sterilized dogs, because they have no fear of humans.
Okay.
It is only the dogs who are afraid of humans that bite, and those hide when they cannot be caught. So that is why we encourage residents to actually feed and look after their dogs, so they are easy to catch, easy to sterilize, easy to vaccinate on a repeated basis. Dogs that are frightened hide. Dogs that are hit, hurt, threatened by humans are very, very difficult to find. So it is self-defeating to actually hit or hurt dogs. And this is what residents need to understand. When you are kind to animals, they do not and they never will harm you.
Well,
so
it might seem like a quick fix solution for political leaders and goons to kill animals and parade them to make a statement, but it only ends up aggravating the situation. Thank you very much, Ambika Shukla, for speaking to us. That's very valuable advice, at least for locals, if they want to live in harmonious coexistence with the animals in their locality. But Revati, has that question never been asked of the government of Kerala, of the municipal corporation? If the process is in place, why wasn't it efficiently implemented? At the end of the day, it is the people who have to pay the price.
Well, yes, Padmaja, the anger of the locals here in Kerala is justified when you look at parents carrying their 1-year-old, 2-year-old kids who are mauled by stray dogs, taking them to plastic surgeries every week. So the parents' anger is justified. So the government is definitely answerable here in this situation. Just 1 year ago, the same incident took place. Stray dog menace was high in Kerala, and it went to an extent that locals went out, people went out and started mass culling dogs, and animal rights activists had to strongly protest against it. There were even movements to ban Kerala tourism. It was to that extent when the Kerala government started the sterilization program. Now that went effectively well for about 2 months, but after that there was no noise about it. Now again the menace is up, and the government has announced the same program again. But what we need to realize is that when there is a sterilization program or the animal birth control program by the government on one side, there is a larger group on the other side that is called the stray dog free movement, anti-stray dog groups, which are actively, much more active than the sterilization programs, who are actively taking part in culling these dogs. If you look at the incident in Ernakulam where 22 stray dogs were killed, just 1 week ago, about 10 kilometers away, another 25 stray dogs were killed. So there is an anti-stray dog movement that is going on. There's a stray dog free movement that is going on that is much more active than the sterilization program by the government. So it is high time that the government come forward, strengthen its measures and make people aware that mass culling is not the solution and take effective measures to implement the animal birth control program, which we do not see happening on the ground, Padmaja.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on that story. With that, we've reached the end of today's edition of Up South. But before we leave,